Now, you're very welcome back. It's time to perform some witchcraft, but not the kind you think.
Yeah, here to show us is the Green Witch herself. Now, I'm the Green Witch today.
I'm telling
Oh,
you,
no,
you
there's a
stole
row.
my love.
I learned a spell just before you came on, actually. I'll do it on this. There we go. Okay, it's a wild one. Sorry, my wand's acting up here.
Could you control your broom?
Sorry.
You really have been
Okay,
practicing.
there we go. Okay, get that out of here. This wand is defective, I think.
We'll put that away.
I've been practicing.
You see, it's not a member of the union.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Well, that's my Green Witch.
sorted.
You, Forger Feebee, describe yourself as a bit of a Green Witch as well.
Yeah, but I just don't have all this green. Like, I actually have had to put a hell of a lot of makeup on me to cover up the green today.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, you did a great job.
I look like you normally. So, people see me in the park, I normally look like.
Okay,
like
well,
you
I'm
today.
going to go and get a coffee after this, and I'm pretty terrified to walk into the shop. So.
Well, so they'll be terrified too. You know, it does take about 6 weeks to wash off, but good luck with it. Yeah. Nobody told
Sorry
them
about
that,
you.
but
Sorry
hey.
about you.
All right, anyway, so this is like, you said this is like your Christmas day.
This is a big day for me. This is my favourite celebration of the year. It's a day of really, really celebrating that turn of the wheel, how the seasons are changing. As someone who grows everything for myself all through the year, where it's now a day to celebrate the harvest, what I've collected, feast and rest and take heed to what nature is saying. Like, if you look outside, it's lashing out of the heavens, it's cold, it's freezing. What do we want to do? And on days like that, we want to get cosy.
Yes.
And
Foraging
nestle
doesn't
down.
come to mind there.
Well, I tell you, I had to forage all of this in the rain yesterday, so
Yes.
I wasn't a happy little witchy. But
That's why my stomach started going in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And I think it was because she was cursing
it was me. It was
That's
me
the best.
marching through the fields going, Martin King, Martin.
Yeah. And well,
Eric.
it worked.
So,
It certainly
yeah,
worked.
so like for me, it's a time to actually really heed the seasons. And when you see all the leaves are falling off the trees, it's not because these trees are going dead. It's because all of the energy is of these plants and trees is retreating back into the earth. It's effectively going into hibernation, and it's a little message to us that this is when we should be winding down. But in reality, what do? We amp up. We're heading into Christmas. We start going into hyper mode. We start shopping. But where you can, try and take, like, if you're out for your walk, take a little message from nature, from the trees around you.
Is that what a Green Witch is? Connected to
Yes,
nature?
everything that I do is connected to nature and to wildlife. Like, I am not a witch who casts spells. I don't howl at the moon. There are different types of witches for different types of things. For me, being a Green Witch is someone who's highly connected to nature. Everything that I do is influenced by nature. I like to say that the only influencer that I follow is Mother Nature, because she can't be bought. And she only does her seasons. And as long as you just follow her, you'll always know what's coming next.
So go with her, not against her.
Work with her, absolutely.
And that's that. It's colder at time of year for foraging, but that's the benefits. It slows you down a bit.
Yes,
Gets you away from the
100%.
hustle and bustle.
We're not a climate that has sunshine all year round, so we have to listen to what she's giving to us. And that's how our ancestors would have actually followed through the seasons all through the year. And that's where Samhain would have been born from. It's that whole idea at the end of the harvest, we celebrate, we collect, we celebrate what's been given to us. And like even the idea of the bonfire, that would have come from the fact that on this day people would have feasted, and the bones of the animals that they harvested would have been thrown onto the fire. The bonfire. So
Every day's a school day, folks. It's a school day.
Speaking of school days now,
I'm
a couple of witches
I'm
here.
getting
We're
a
going to
bit
make
crafty.
a couple of brooms.
Yeah, witchcrafty today. So this is an old process called, we're making mini brooms, and they would have been called bezooms. And that would have been a whole process of, like, if you think about it, what does a broom do? Sweeps things clean. And at this time,
Well, witches fly in them.
Well,
Yeah, or it's a handy
I,
little
I have been known, but we're sweeping things clean. We're creating new space for the as I said, this turn of the wheel. We're going into the darkest season. And when you want newness in your life, when you're inviting people to your home, what do we tend to do? Well, we get the Hoover out now, but before they would have actually brought the broom out.
broom.
And they would have cleared things down, made some space. And that's exactly what this little practice is. It's making space for what's coming. So what they would have done was, and this was it would have been considered both a talisman and an amulet of a little practice to do. So there's a difference between the both.
Okay.
A talisman is something that attracts goodness, and it's a little process of an object that's made with intention. So for attracting things. So that's what a talisman is. So if you ever hear people carrying something because it's a talisman attracts goodness, good energy, whereas an amulet repels it. So people might carry a stone or something special.
Like Martin's cologne.
That's it. It's an amulet. I
can I
didn't
tell
want
you?
to say.
Okay.
But
Thanks.
an amulet repels. So negativity, grief, stress, people will carry a specific thing that will repel that, whereas a talisman is something that attracts. So that could be attracting protection, love, kindness, goodness, energy into your life. So these little things are actually considered both an amulet or a talisman, because one, they can bring in like a nice cleanse, clear energy into your life, but also they brush things out.
Okay.
They clear out the bad.
So it works as the amulet as well.
Yeah.
All right.
So I've done a little forage, and these are things that I've either collected through Fear House, so where I live, through our little lane. So these are things that you can find when you're on your walk, maybe to school and stuff like that with the kids. Little things, your rowan berries, your hawthorn berries, little things that you find, cypress or Scots pine. This is all windfall. So I didn't pick any of these. These are things that I found on the ground.
There's a very strong smell of lavender here.
Yes, I brought lots of lavender, and I love to work with lavender for this exact process, because lavender is a soothing plant, and it actually is it's a mild sedative. And to be quite honest, I think everyone in Ireland needs a little bit of a mild sedative.
Well, my aftershave is kind of bit pungent and taken over the room.
Well, let's sedate it.
This is going to sort it out.
So these are lavenders that I harvested from the garden at the end of the summer, and instead of throwing them on the compost, I just collect them and I let them dry out. So what I'll do is with these, you can create the broom with the stalks of the lavender. So if you want to gather up a few of them there. Now, we can either make them as just a little bundle, which is how they would have been made like that, or you can use a stick like you have there, and you can make a broomstick.
Okay.
Yes. Well,
can I use the lavender?
You can use the lavender. You can use the sticks, whatever way you want. So all you're going to do is you're going to hold your stick in place, and then you're just going to wrap your all your little stalks, your bits and bobs all around it. Yeah. And create that shape. So your broomstick, and then your little stalks all around it. Yeah, you're going to create them.
Yeah, I get stuck in loads of them. We need
loads of them.
We need good.
So
we're doing a community one here.
Okay, so are we going right across the M50 then?
Right across,
all the way to the airport.
Across.
Right.
So now make sure that they're all nice and stacked at the end. You want them to be in
all the way. Okay.
Yeah, so we want them nice and stacked at the end, so that they're not sticking out.
I need somewhere to sit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need somewhere to sit on the edge of this.
I suppose you want it heated as well, do you?
You don't want them going up your bum now. So you're going to create them all into a nice little package there. And then...
see, there's these little bits here that are going to go right up.
I know.
I'm not fussy. Okay. That's all right.
Then we need a few berries.
Yes, exactly. What I would do is I would add some berries in. So this is hawthorn, haw berries, and haw is the berry of the heart. So for people who want to make this and have this as a nice little process, these are a great one for people who might suffer with heart conditions. As a herbalist, I would always talk about heart conditions, but also you can think about other things with the heart, which would be grief, sadness, heartache, heartbreak, that kind of thing. Then we have other little bits and bobs here. There's little ivy berries. Now make sure they're in there nice and tight, because
I'm doing my best here.
If you're going to be sweeping the floor with that now, are those berries going to be going all over the place?
No, they won't. They're grand.
You can throw in some of these.
Nah, see, that's looking well there now.
There's little ivy. Like there's cypress. There's cypress and stuff like that you can make other little ones. You start making some there.
See, a bit of cushion there now for when
there you
go. That's the seat.
Yes.
Stunning.
And then you're going to tie it up with string.
I'm glad you're doing this.
Right, you hold him. We'll hold him nice and tight.
Now it's looking the part.
Hold him nice and tight.
There's loads of room there now in the end of that.
There we go.
Do you know what? I reckon that would fit two of us.
You get on there.
You need a lift home?
Well, have you seen the traffic on the M50?
It's a bicycle made for two. And what you can do is, if you wanted to, if you made a nice little neat one now, I'm not going to say that's not neat, but I'm just saying.
Wow.
But,
the shade. The shade is unbelievable.
The shady witch. What you can do is, the likes of, the key rings that you have for your keys.
To hold it together.
If you want, you can actually add one of them onto it, and then if you can attach that to your keys, so then you can carry it as a talisman.
Yeah.
Well, I lose my keys all the time, so if that was hanging off the edge of them, you'd think
But you can make it nice and neat and small. Do you know what I mean?
Like
that's a nice big one. You can tie them up with ribbons, all the little bits. This is a lovely practice to do with kids. And at the end of the day, on Halloween, especially when it's raining and it's gross outside, and the kids don't get a chance to go out and play so much, doing old practices like this is something really nice that you can do with them to give them something Halloweeny to do.
Look at that now.
Well, I'm pretty impressed. And guess what? As we sweep with the broom, because of the berries and the hawthorn, it's going to smell great.
There you go. Best of both worlds.
All the good energy in.
Forge and Feebee, thank you so much. I'll see you at the Witch Convention.
Sound blessings.
Later on this evening. Now, coming up, after one very unexpected accident, we'll meet a fortune teller who's been in touch with the other side.
And they've got plenty to say. We'll hear all about it in just a few minutes.
Give me
ready?
Here we go.